IPPS-A leads the way. IPPS-A. One system, personnel, and pay. IPPS-A.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the IPPS-A Podcast, where we give you updates on what's going on with the program. I'm Colonel Rebekah Lust, the Functional Management Division Director. Today, I'm joined by Major Linda Platt, the Chief of Training and Deployment for the USAR, and CW2 Von Blas, the Talent Management and Contracts Product Team Lead. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy to be here.
Thank you for having me, ma'am.
All right, thanks for joining me, guys. As always, the team has been very busy this past month. We completed planning for PI5, our next 10 weeks of development, completed our 6-month change management roadshow, getting great feedback from the field, and we hosted multiple Drive the Change events. The SABRE team released improved functionality for the MOSI, highlighting failure to gain and failure to loss reports to assist units with strength management. We often highlight how IPPS-A helps soldiers when it comes to pay processing, accuracy of pay transactions, and the transparency it provides for HR actions. Let's not lose sight of the fact that IPPS-A also helps soldiers build upon and improve their careers. It is our 21st century talent management platform. We want soldiers to have the ability to maximize their potential using IPPS-A. So this last month, we've also had a lot going on with IPPS-A Marketplace. Not to be confused with the Facebook Marketplace, which I think some people also find helpful. This is the IPPS-A Talent Marketplace for Army professionals. The U.S. Army Reserve has been integral to the marketplace and its development. They have really led the way on where we're going with the platform. So I invited Major Platt here today to talk about this effort. Linda, people want to know, what's been going on with the marketplace?
Absolutely, ma'am. So much has happened with the marketplace recently. The USAR, led by Human Resources Command Reserve Personnel Management Directorate, launched this feature in April of this year, using the 2501 distribution cycle for the reserve AGR population after multiple successful pilot programs in the fall. Today, we're in the mid stages of the cycle with unit strength managers completing the Mission Essential Requirements list, MER, and entering unit and position descriptions. Continuing in the months ahead, we will have member and unit preferencing, followed by assignment planning through the slating tool within Marketplace. We're just super excited for its launch and driving the way ahead towards a more automated, transparent, and efficient distribution tool, ma'am.
Sounds like a lot of good work so far, but can you explain to me some of the major events within the IPPS-A Marketplace related to the reserve AGR assignment process for this next movement cycle?
I can, ma'am. The distribution cycle starts with HRC talent managers identifying movers within IPPS-A. That feeds into the assigned marketplace. The HRC account managers validate projected position vacancies, subsequently leading to the command strength managers validating and prioritizing projected vacancies for the distribution cycle. Following that, preference window opens, allowing both members and units to preference for respective positions and applicants. As you can see, the participating elements are launched into the marketplace that align within the order of major distribution timeline events.
Well, we've been at this for about 18 months now, so most people following understand that sometimes in software development, things don't always go according to plan. At this point in development of the marketplace, do you have any lessons learned from the launch and with working with the Reserve AGR 2501 movement cycle?
We do, ma'am. I think communication is key. There are a lot of moving pieces and requirements to ensure everyone has the necessary access and training. For example, the roles required for unit officials to participate in the marketplace are brand new. Command representatives participating in the marketplace must ensure that they get an early start initiating those new access requests to these roles in time to be effective. The requirements for the roles and recommended training are outlined in the USAR AGR training resource poster, which is accessed through one of our many media platforms.
So what can the Reserve AGR members do now to gear up for the talent marketplace launch in June?
So glad you asked, ma'am. The fundamental and most critical way for someone to get ready is to be informed. Members can reach out to their talent manager at HRC, join marketplace teams channels, talk to their unit HR pro professional, or follow social media. Secondly, they can get trained. There are a variety of training opportunities to include Teams live events, simulcasts, user productivity kits, hands-on training bundle. We created one titled R3TM Closed Market SM for the member level specifically, and that can be found through the hands-on training tile on the IPPS-A landing page. Thirdly, I think members should be proactive and work with their unit's HR professionals to ensure their profile and their assignment data is correct in both IPPS-A and on their soldier talent profile, or the STP. Lastly, I recommend we start spreading the words and tell others. Make sure your Rattle Buddy knows, help one another navigate the upcoming system changes, and share the informational resources available.
All right, thank you. So there's a lot of resources out there. How do you think the training's been going so far?
Honestly, ma'am, the training's been going great. We have remarkable numbers of participants attending our training events. To date, our collaborative efforts with HRC have led to over 1,200 unit strength personnel, HR pros, commanders, and other like USAR personnel being trained in not only the MER process, but the marketplace features and capabilities. We're gearing up to launch a phase 2 of these training events that will be targeted at the member level beginning later this month. Additionally, HRC and our team here, OCAR IPPS-A team, will be collaborating for the next few months, resulting in several published job aids, R3 programs, training resource posters. They all enabled effective communication to the field elements, guiding them through the new features, and will continue ahead. We've received positive feedback from all levels in command on these, and we're just excited to be a part of that.
So Linda, this is a lot. I wonder, we just got back from our roadshow talking about change management, and I'm wondering if you guys managed to break into that underground like communications network. Are we really getting to the soldiers in the AGR population that are going to use this marketplace?
I believe we are, ma'am. I think it's going to be a long road ahead, but I think we have everybody's ears. We have done a really great job, especially at HRC, to put out the information through talent managers directly in emails, Teams channels. We've contacted units and really try to get the word out there. And I think it's one of those features that is so important to the AGR population that we really have our ears turned up at what is coming out, how we can improve that for the field use. And I think senior leaders are also pushing that message. So I think along with our efforts on messaging marketplace, I think people are paying attention.
I just hope that this is seen as better than that Excel spreadsheet management that you had to use in the past. So thank you to the USAR and AGR for leading the way on this, but it's going to be available to all members eventually. So how would you recommend for members across all the different components to get the most out of the IPPS-A Marketplace?
Right, ma'am. I'm glad you brought that up. I would reiterate the earlier answer. I think preparations begin now by getting informed, completing training. I think members should take advantage of the opportunity to research and review their assignment opportunities that are available in order to make the best preference decisions as possible. Previously, that wasn't an option, so we have a real advantage in Marketplace at this point. Additionally, units can make the best of IPPS-A Marketplace by utilizing the posting library to share information with members about the unit and available positions. Fortunately, Marketplace creates that environment through which both members and units can communicate with each other, as well as promote themselves, enhancing the chances of matching together, resulting in finding the right fit for one another. Additionally, I would recommend working groups to capture and resolve lessons learned from the other compos.
So one final question for you. Where can we find more information about the IPPS-A Marketplace?
This is a great question, ma'am, and one we are aggressively responding to with the Reserve Training Awareness campaign, which is nested into the Drive the Change movement on the active component side. The first place I would recommend personnel seek information from is the IPPS-A homepage. That's www.ipps-a.army.mil. And depending on what platform you are listening to this podcast, you should be able to find the link in the description. Additionally, we have resource guides, user productivity kits, R3 programs of instruction, and job aids on Marketplace in the various Teams channels and online at our USARC HR Hub, USARC Personnel Action Guide homepage, the IPPS-A resource page, S1Net, and social media platforms.
All right, thank you, Linda. I want to go ahead and talk to Chief Blath. So, Vaughn, what are some of the innovative features and functionalities your team is currently working on to enhance the Army Marketplace experience?
I'm glad you asked, ma'am. Right now, our main focus is on transitioning the active component from AIM and Ask EM to the IPPS-A Marketplace. We're developing back-end features for HRC to enable career managers, account managers, and ORSAs to create and manage the marketplace effectively. During this planning interval, we're delivering key functionalities like slate management, enlisted waiver workflows, one-stop market view, and YMAV override types for career managers. Ultimately, these enhancements will significantly streamline user experience.
So, great enhancements to come. Looking at the active component side of the house, what is the status of the Marketplace project, and what are some key milestones you've already achieved?
Ma'am, because we're actively working on bringing the active component on board, as we speak, the active component officers and enlisted are running their initial pilots, which is a huge milestone. Throughout this process, we're proactively addressing any defects or issues that arise from both marketplaces. Our plan is to conduct a series of pilots for the active component with increasingly larger populations as new marketplace features are implemented in IPPS-A.
Okay, so continually adding in complexity, what else do you see evolving to make the marketplace better in the future?
I believe our ultimate vision is to have a transparent system with all components integrated into IPPS-A, leveraging the marketplace for talent management. By consolidating quality data in a single location, we can drive better decision making and career management across domains and ranks. This will not only optimize talent allocation for the Army, but also support soldiers' personal and professional growth. It's an exciting future ahead.
Can you share some success stories or specific examples of how the Army Marketplace has benefited its users so far?
Definitely, ma'am. So right now, enlisted reserve AGR soldiers are currently conducting a two-way market, which is the first time the NCO Corps has ever had the opportunity to interact with units before setting their assignment preference. In the past, these markets have only been one-sided. IPPS-A Marketplace opens up new possibilities for us to become more flexible and adaptable in how we conduct markets, which is a game changer.
Very nice. So, what are some of the challenges faced by your team in implementing the Army Marketplace, and how are you addressing them?
Glad you asked, ma'am. So, honestly, we've encountered two primary challenges, and that's capacity and complexity. Capacity has been an issue due to limited resources compared to the massive scale and scope of the marketplace project. It requires significant development effort, and balancing the demands of building and maintaining the platform can be a little tough. To address this, we've prioritized key features, optimized our development processes, and augmented our development capacity wherever possible. For complexity, it also has been a challenge because of the diverse requirements, processes, and legacy systems across different Army components that the marketplace must accommodate. Our approach has been to take a phased rollout, conduct extensive research and stakeholder engagement, and using the agile development methodology. This allows us to incrementally deliver functionality while ensuring everyone's needs are met. It's been a learning process, but we're making great strides.
Thanks, Vaughn. The marketplace is a big deal, and it's really going to help soldiers maximize their career opportunities and strengthen their professional development. It's great to hear how far we've come with the marketplace. I cannot wait to see the improvements the team is working on. Remember, everyone, IPPS-A is here for you. Use what it has to offer to give your Army career a boost. Make it work for you. Before I wrap up, do either of you have any final words you'd like to leave our audience with today?
Ma'am, I think a good place is remembering to stay alert, stay up to date, and start your training early. That way, everybody can be informed when it's rollout time and it's your turn on the cycle. You'll be able to be prepared enough to make your choices on preference and really use the market to your advantage.
Thank you, Linda. Everything changes so quickly, it's important to be alert to updated information coming out. Vaughn, how about you?
The Army Marketplace is a game-changing initiative. We're building a more transparent and efficient system that benefits both the Army as a whole and the soldiers who serve. As we progress, the Army Marketplace will empower soldiers with great control over their careers while providing leaders with the tools they need to make informed, data-driven decisions. This sets the stage for a more agile, adaptable, and effective force ready to tackle the challenges of the future.
I like that. Empowering soldiers and providing leaders tools to make informed, data-driven decisions. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, keep driving the change we need in our Army. All right, that's it for this episode, and thank you for listening. Until next time, keep driving the change we need in our Army.
Soldier, right job, right on time.
24/7, 365.